Is it rolling?
Yep.
All right. This is episode 3.
The third, the trilogy is almost complete.
Yeah. We didn't get our 10 subscriber special up when we had 10 subscribers.
Because I'm slow.
And we're almost 20. So we're going to just put it in at 16. So
The 16
yeah,
special.
16 subscriber special.
The sweet 16.
We will
Sweet
have
16.
one for 20, hopefully.
We will try.
Now, Miss Bernhardt could not make it, so we have a new guest, Jamie Anderson.
I'm glad to be your guys' fill-in.
That's all right. You were slated to be on there anyways, and this actually works out because we're not getting anybody else till at least next week, and we got to get one in for Friday because you know some of the people listening to this are like, "When's the next podcast coming out?" I'm
Going
like,
good. Always leave them one more. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie, don't worry. You'll always be our number 2.
Oh, hey, thanks. I think.
Yep. Louis Lucchini's number 1.
Right.
Adam's third.
Always.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, I don't know. I gotta wait till the season's over to judge everyone. I always have to label the cross-country coaches and be like, this is the best system.
Well,
I don't
Louis
do that.
should be number 1. That's for darn sure.
I think you guys are like all doing a really good job as coaches. Like, you're giving good feedback.
Yeah.
You're giving good advice. You're listening to what we're talking about. It's not just walk it off.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like, my foot's kind of start to hurt. It's like, yeah, maybe you should take it easy, or like,
Yeah.
you'll probably be fine. Or
No, yeah, I think we do a really good job with that too, and I think that just really comes from experience between like Louis and I. I mean, Louis obviously was a professional runner and competed in college with cross country, and you know I've been coaching cross country for 15 years and also a runner. So
I was 1
Yeah.
year old when you started.
what's that?
I was
yeah,
1 when you
no,
started.
exactly. Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
It's been a while. And it's fun. I didn't even get paid to coach for my first 11 years. I just did it volunteering because
my.
my district
11
didn't have the
years.
money. Yeah.
Man.
So I just enjoyed doing it and didn't even
Yeah.
think twice about it. So yeah, it's a blast. So it's a lot of fun.
No. I mean, if you enjoy what you do, it's not about the money.
No, it's not, and that's honestly the way I feel about teaching too. I mean, come on. I mean, look at my job. I'm getting paid to come in here and make a podcast with you guys, essentially. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
this
how
is
can
your
you not
job.
look
You're
forward-
getting paid to do the same thing
Yeah,
we're doing.
no,
We're
it's
not
great.
doing anything
Yeah.
right now.
I get paid to come in and teach you guys cool media stuff, and then I get paid to like run with you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm sorry, but I think I
It's
got
pretty
life figured
win-win.
out. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty
it's
epic.
great. So yeah, I'm happy, and that's the whole goal in life. You know, go to a job that you look forward to every day, and it doesn't seem like work. And 'cause I know so many people my age that don't like their jobs, and I would say at least 90% of the population falls into that, unfortunately. And I was like that at one time too, but I was like, oh,
Yeah.
screw this, I'm going to institute change and do things, and make things happen, and I did, and yeah, I'm living happily ever after, man. Living the dream, guys.
Perfection.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about my job as a teacher. It's like helping you guys figure that out.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be media or even if you're taking this media class and you discover, yeah, it was fun, but I don't know if that's what I want to do for a living. That's great. At least now you know. So that's a
And,
big thing I like about teaching, helping you guys figure that stuff out.
One thing this class has done for me as well is I got a there's an editing software that was pretty close to Adobe Premiere called DaVinci,
Yep.
and I got that on my computer. I've been like working on projects at home and stuff,
Nice.
and because that's something I kind of want to try when I'm older. So
All right, cool. I got to get you Adobe Premiere on your MacBook that you have in your lap right here.
Yes,
I just got to look into licenses because I've had a lot of requests like with that. I just
Yeah.
have to make sure I don't make the
Overextend.
people that are above my head angry. You know, so yeah.
Jamie, how come
Yeah.
374 different computers have been registered with Adobe Premiere?
Exactly, and we have no more licenses, and yeah,
That's
so,
kind of weird.
yeah. So
I wonder
just
how,
gotta be careful.
how
of
that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, that darn Nick Cormier
Yeah.
stole all the codes.
Yep.
Yep. Just Nick.
Yeah.
Nobody
It's
else.
just me. I'm gonna steal everything in this classroom.
Yeah. But no, as you guys are discovering, it is fun. You know. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, and it's cool because you can make a living doing this kind of stuff. You know, I did, and that's even more so in today's world. Media is everywhere. It's expanded. I mean, it's like you can't escape it. I mean, that wasn't necessarily the case like a decade ago.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course, there's media and still jobs, but I mean, the job market for stuff that what we learn in this class and things that are related to that is just, it's huge. I mean, you still gotta. it's still competitive. You know, it's not like
Yeah,
nursing. You can live anywhere and do it. It's still pretty competitive, but no, it's cool. It's a good field to get into, and it's paying better too. Also,
And it's like it always seems there's like that good and there's that bad side of media.
Right.
And it's kind of
Yep.
good because it feels like we're on the good side right now, like just doing a bunch of fun, like
Yeah, yeah.
interesting,
Well, what do
creative
you-
stuff with it.
what do you mean the bad side?
Well, like you can
Oh,
use
like-
it to like institute change in a negative way. Like,
Oh, yeah.
spread like
Yeah.
slander.
Oh yeah, propaganda
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything
All
like
that
that
stuff.
too. Yeah.
And where it's like all lies and it's like
Right.
not really.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's interesting to
Good.
see. Like, I know a lot of people, they just don't fact check
Mm-hmm.
anything. So when they see something, they're just like, "Oh, it's must be right because why would they lie to me?"
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and so
No.
they just like internalize these just random things that aren't true.
No, absolutely, and that
And-
was the major heart of the 2016 election. That was a big kind
Yeah.
of controversy with that because it's documented that Russia was doing that with ads like on Facebook and everything else. So now Facebook has a new transparency policy. We can do all that as a direct result of that. So
Yeah.
no propaganda like that is huge, and because it is such a media-driven world, we're going to be seeing more of that. I hate to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And that's why it's very important as us as citizens, really kind of question everything you see and kind of dig deep and cross-reference and dig deep. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll be doing a unit on that in this class like pretty soon because it's important.
How to use propaganda effectively.
Yeah, just having this conversation with you guys, I'm already thinking of really cool project ideas we can do in here with that. Like we can look at like the World War II propaganda posters. You guys probably already did that in history.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
done like
Yeah.
the German ones
Right.
and I think
We
Russian, wasn't it? Like we looked at kind of.
I think we did a few. It depends. We were in different history
yeah,
classes.
yeah.
So.
Right.
I remember we did a unit on propaganda.
Mhm.
I think we did one for like all the major powers
Right.
and see like they all had propaganda, but how was it different?
Right.
Right. The German propaganda obviously
Mhm.
was like very negative,
Right. Yep.
and the Russian propaganda was like join now or die.
Right. Yep.
And then
Communism.
yeah,
Yep.
Speaking of communism, I'm trying to put the Soviet anthem in a thing I'm working on.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Speaking of communism, Hong Kong,
Yeah.
they are. I'm surprised China has not just steamrolled that entire country.
Well, there would be political implications like with that, and it is getting press
Yeah.
coverage. I mean, here in America, we have other things that are dominating the headlines with our president getting impeached and
Yeah.
and everything else. But still, it's pretty up there, like as far as newsworthy events. And honestly, that media coverage is really what's keeping China in check.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if they do steamroll, and who knows, they might, but they're having to think twice because they're going to be judged by the world, and it's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
covered if they do. But yeah, it's a pretty nasty mess over there, man. I mean, those protests have been going on for months, and yeah.
I remember hearing about like there was something that people weren't happy about, and my dad's like, "Watch this get out of hand really fast."
Yep.
And like next week, the
Mhm.
week after we heard that,
Mhm.
it was like the first protests have started. It was like it wasn't the first protest. It was like protests have started.
right.
And they just never stopped. It was always
Yeah.
more like protests have escalated.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see history just kind of unfold like right in front of you.
No, absolutely.
it's
yeah.
also a little scary.
Yeah, no, it is.
It puts
And-
it in perspective.
Yeah, and I'm hesitant to dive too deep into politics, but seriously, what's going on with Trump right now and the impeachment thing is super historical. And there's going to have some big implications like with that. But
Yeah.
as we all know, politics are a very hot button issue, and it's very divisive right now in this country, which is too bad. But yeah, so we'll see how that pans out.
I think it would be cool to see like a department, like a governmental department come up that's like anti-corruption.
Yeah.
Like their whole thing is like defeating corruption in the
Mhm.
U.S.
Right.
and like they have the power to like. Well,
I feel like that would become corrupt at some point or
yeah,
another.
yeah, which would,
Like, because power is power. No matter, they don't really care what they're doing as long
Right.
as they have power over people.
or maybe just more checks and balances between the different like
Mhm.
parts of the things. Like there's a good amount, but like not enough. I feel like if there was more,
Mhm.
like the president has too much power.
Right.
Like he should be checked more. Like
Mhm.
I feel like having the whole army,
Right.
like I feel like that's too much power for one person.
Well, I think a big reason why we're seeing that is because we have so much divisiveness in politics right now. Like,
Yeah.
I suspect there are a lot of Republicans that don't agree with what Trump is doing, but they're still going to side with him because he's Republican.
Yep.
And honestly, same thing happens on the Democratic side.
Yep.
You know, it's like standing up for your party over country, and an argument can be made for that. So, so it's crazy. So, but also with your idea of like a non-corrupt like political party, America is very suspicious by nature.
Yeah.
We are more than other countries. I mean, look at the conspiracy theories that we have like out there. So with that, so obviously they're going to be people very suspicious, non-corrupt. Oh yeah, well I think you're doing this because that, and all sorts of theories will abound. And if you have somebody within that party that is slightly crooked, it's going to shatter the whole disbelief thing.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of reminds me of like conspiracy theories. I have one neighbor lives a few houses down from me, which out where I live is actually quite a far ways away, because there's nobody out there. But he has these stop geoengineering signs in his lawn. He's had them there for years. And I'm like, well, geoengineering, what is that? So there was a website there. So I went to the geoengineering website.
Yeah.
And that's with the contrails, like the airplanes.
Oh yeah, the chemtrails.
Where the chemtrails, thank
yeah.
you. But they're really contrails. But
Yeah.
but there's a theory that it's chemtrails and it's controlling our mind, and it's the government trying to take over our minds and kind of weird stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm
saw
kind of
something
amused
cool.
by all that.
China, when they had the Olympics there one year,
Mhm.
it was gonna rain.
Yep.
And they saw the clouds coming, and then you're like, you know what? We don't want rain.
Mhm.
So they got these artillery units, and they put dry ice in the shells,
Mhm.
and they just fired it at the clouds until they dissipated.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure I saw an article about it,
Huh.
and so I was like, "This is weird." So I found another one.
Right.
I forget which Olympics it was.
Yeah.
That's
Just
pretty
look it up.
whack.
What's kind of funny is like if that's true, they can do that, but yet you look at Beijing, which is so super polluted, and like
Yeah.
you know, and the marathoners are all gasping for air on that, and everyone's walking around with masks. But we can maybe control the weather with dry ice, but we can't lick our pollution problem in that city.
I think like one thing though that kind of like I'm a little torn about. It's like a lot of people are like talking about how it's like there's like pollution and there's all this stuff happening
Mhm.
and that we gotta fix it and stuff. And like I agree with that, but at the same time I feel like we should probably like try and like fix the country first in ways. Like
Yeah. So do you think like if we fix the country first, then that stuff will kind of take care of itself?
yeah,
A little
like I don't want
easier
to
anyway.
I don't want to get like political, but like I don't know. Yeah, there's like some stuff I feel like we should take care of here first.
There could be arguments.
Okay,
for that.
so it wasn't dry ice; it was silver iodide. But it's this whole thing in China, the Beijing Weather Modification Office, and this is the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
It employs 37,000 people,
Wow.
and they seed clouds by firing rockets and shells loaded with silver iodide. There was. Yep. Okay. Chinese government to ensure the 2008 Summer Olympics are free of rain by breaking up clouds headed towards the capital by forcing them to drop rain on outlying areas instead.
Huh. So they're shooting crap at the clouds and
Pretty
making them
much.
stop. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were using like artillery shells to do it. I remember
Oh wow.
2008. It said.
That'd be a fun job, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
You have to fire
firing-
these cans,
yeah.
and then somebody walks by and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm shooting at them clouds over there.
Those meanies.
Yeah.
Those
I'll
clouds, I
take
don't
care
want
of
them anymore.
Yeah. It's like, what did they ever do to you? It's
They
like,
created a snowstorm in 2009 as well.
did they really?
Yeah, it said on the
Was that
Wikipedia
like the-
page.
Huh.
Wait, was that the ice storm or?
The office created a snowstorm in November 2009.
Well, I think we found our cure for global warming here, folks.
Who wish? Global warming's weird because like we're kind of too far gone.
But
Yeah.
no.
We could if we did a complete U-turn, like a
Mm,
fat Yui,
yeah.
we'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
But I doubt that's gonna happen. I think in like not the next generation, but like the generation after that,
Mm,
like they're gonna be the ones having to live through it.
yep.
Um,
Yeah, no, it's sad to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Kind of, I'm holding out hope for alien intervention at this point.
Yeah.
Where they can kind of come. I know we just watched in class that episode of the Twilight Zone where the Kenemans, is that what they were called? The alien
or
race that came down.
Karamadans or something like that.
Yeah, these big, huge,
To
like,
serve
dudes.
man.
Yeah, and they gave, like, mankind all this kind of technology and
Yeah.
stuff, too. I'm kind of hoping for that, but hopefully they're not going to eat us for
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I'm
I saw
hoping
the,
we get on Mars. Like if
Oh,
we
yeah.
can like terraform Mars.
That would be awesome.
That'd
And
be so
that
cool.
scientifically apparently is possible.
because like they found water there.
Yeah, right.
Or like remnants of water.
Yep, and there's also carbon dioxide locked up in the atmosphere. So
Yeah.
if like it's in frozen form, and apparently you can melt and release that, which, as we all know, carbon dioxide is it's a greenhouse gas, and
Yeah.
that can warm the planet like even more. And there's enough oxygen in there too, also locked up in the ice. You can somehow convert it. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend to fully understand it, but I've read multiple things where that is possible, and that'd be pretty cool.
There was that movie. it was
Total
a while-
Recall.
Huh?
Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I was thinking about The Martian. I don't remember.
Oh
what it
yeah,
was.
with Andy. It was a book by Andy Weir and
with
it had,
Matt Damon in it.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Every
watched
time
that
I
a
think of
long
Matt
time ago.
Damon, I just think of the Team America World Police when he shows up and he's like, Matt Damon.
Yeah. You ever notice any movie Matt Damon is in is just good?
No.
He just chooses good roles.
The Departed
Yeah.
he was in.
That was amazing.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
The end, I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
But like it was just like this crazy end, like super long, and then it just ended like that, and then the movie was over, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Right.
And it ended with the beginning. The same shot, in and out. It was
Yep.
like it went down into the city of Boston,
Yep.
and then it rose up out at the end. I thought that was a cool,
Yeah.
like parallel.
A lot of another movie you talked about in class that did that too was Burn After Reading. They started off like with Earth, and like the camera's gradually zooming in until we get to Washington D.C.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it ended the same way but opposite.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
camera
zooming
pulling
out.
out. Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
That was a wild movie.
that was good. Oh my goodness, thank you. I was just handed apple crisp and ice cream by one of the other teachers here.
What?
And this being a podcast, you cannot see this, so I'll just have to
I'll
eat
get it-
it
wait,
and
I'm gonna get
describe
a
it
picture.
as Nick.
Yeah, well, that'll be our.
I'll get
a
we'll curse
picture.
it and then have that be our clickbait.
Oh my god,
That come from the.
yeah, from culinary. It's like biting into a cloud. This is amazing.
That's evil.
And
Wow.
I feel bad.
Thanks,
Well,
That's evil.
Jamie.
Shane. We're,
Yeah,
we're
I'm
trapped
glad
in a
I know you-
closet with you, like 2 inches away from
yeah,
you.
as I'm eating this
Yeah.
delicious ice cream and apple crisp.
You know, there's
I've
two
got
of
some
us.
at home
Mm-hmm.
There's
and
the-
ice cream at home, so I'll probably.
Two of us.
Mm.
There's one of him.
Oh man,
And
this
we're
is
in a
so good.
closet, and nobody knows where.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm glad I know you two guys really well because I don't feel as bad.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad
Yeah.
now.
Now that I know who you are,
Now that I've seen you,
I can eat good
now
food
that I've
in
seen
front
you
of
in pain
Yeah.
at practice.
Oh man, this is good because our power went out at our house this morning because the
Oh.
nor'easter's going out. So
I guess
I didn't really have time to make a big breakfast because I had to do all my morning farm chores like in the dark basically. So it took more time.
Yeah.
So short story, making the story short.
Me hungry.
I came in hungry, yes. So this is good timing. And now the ice cream's getting like all melted and gooey and
it's
just
so good.
awesome.
How are we doing for time?
we've been going for like 17 minutes. We probably might want to wrap it up. It's also 10:07, so
All right, so we'll.
if we want to get it out,
couple
we'll
more
probably
minutes.
have to.
We'll edit this today and then get it up tomorrow, hopefully.
All right, I'll probably continue working on the special thing.
All right, we'll try and get that up today if we have time.
Oh yeah, if we finish off in 2 minutes, I can go in and for the last 20 minutes of class, just like
There you go.
crank it out.
Cool.
So, not today, but yesterday for you guys listening.
What happened yesterday? I skipped practice. That's all that happened, really.
oh man,
What?
now I was just handed. What is this?
The brownies
Uh,
from
Brownies.
Did you only save one?
So I got.
that was the last one.
I got. Was this given
Okay,
to the class?
hold
Yeah.
up.
Oh, here you
Wait.
guys split this then.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a picture of this as well.
yeah. I just touched it, so
Put 'em
sorry.
together. It's fine.
Because I was about to eat it, being greedy.
All right.
The greedy guy I am. Thank you, Matt. That was
Oh, it's, like,
Matt
warm,
Reed,
too.
a student.
Ooh. Thank you.
Oh my word.
Oh my god.
ASMR.
Now I don't feel as bad eating this apple crisp and ice cream in front of Nick and Ben because they were just given brownies from culinary.
I don't know if you guys could hear that, but
Yeah. See, if anybody's listening to this that is not a student at HCTC,
You're missing
Hopeful-
brownies, bro.
you're
you.
missing out, man, because we got a culinary department that always brings us food. We do fun media toys here. There's something for everybody here. So you should
We-
definitely come to HCTC.
We get to sit in a closet and talk and eat like brownies
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while learning media skills and earning college credit.
while you're in like history class.
Mm-hmm.
will we get like any credit for this in class or probably not?
Yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
definitely, because you guys, there are audio standards, within media, and you guys are meeting this without us having to get into it.
Nice.
So,
Oh, sweet.
yeah, because as you guys know, the way I try to run this class, I try to leave open time so students like you can take advantage and experiment and kind of do stuff. There's just so much out there. So, yeah, no, this is great. So, yes, short story, you will be earning your meeting audio standards by doing this. So, yeah, so you're not just having fun, but you're going to earn it. I just got to figure out a way to kind of put in the grade book, but that's easy.
Oh, I'm thinking, should we start have a question at the end of it? Because we're pretty much at the end, but
Yeah.
we gotta have a random question for each of our
So,
Go for it.
people. So, what's in
Jamie.
your fridge?
I was gonna ask that as well. It's gonna be Jamie. What are the contents of your fridge?
Oh, okay. So right now in there's always milk and orange juice. I drink about a half a gallon of milk a day.
Man,
No, I know. I
that's a lot.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's
Well,
a lot of milk.
I've also never broken a bone because, as you know, milk has calcium. I've gotten a few stress fractures, but what else is in there? Every condiment you can think of. One of the cool things in our fridge, we have a huge hot sauce collection. I'm
Yeah?
a big connoisseur of hot sauce. I love hot sauce. And probably the hottest one we have is made with the Carolina Reaper, and that has a Scoville rating of 780,000. Which, if you ever watch the Hot Ones thing on YouTube,
That's intense.
780,000 ranks up there as like their second or third hottest hot sauce on that show. Most celebrities are crying by the time they get to that point.
Yeah.
So, and it tastes good too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I love hot sauces. I can tolerate them. Yeah, it still burns, but it's not. I can tolerate it more just because I've worked up to it. I'm not anything special. I just work my way up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like tolerating like that heat, and I actually enjoy the flavor. So now Mexican food, man. Every time I have it, dude, I gotta load that hot sauce on there. It just makes it taste so much better. It's so good.
I like to.
Oh, your dad's
we
like
do-
chili.
That's good.
That's good.
We
It
still
was.
have a
It was
little bit of
really
that.
spicy. Like
That's day 2. It gets spicier.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Because it gets cold. I don't know why it does.
No,
this.
chili's one of those foods that ages. It's because it's just spreading throughout. Chili, like lasagna, some foods just age better. It's like a fine wine. It just gets better the older it gets, to a point anyway. You
We
probably don't
do
wanna eat.
homemade mac and cheese where we do like normal mac and cheese, but then we put like breadcrumbs on top, like Ritz crackers. We just crush them up
Yum.
and then put them on there, and we dip them in something so they don't like burn.
Mhm.
But it's so incredibly good, and when it's warm, it's really good. But when you put it in the fridge, you gotta microwave it, so you lose a little bit of that warm consistency. But you can substitute it by putting hot sauce. Like Frank's Red Hot works great. Sriracha works good. Not like a hot one, but something just kind of generic.
Mhm.
And it makes it so good.
That sounds good. It
It's
sounds
like-
really good.
But yeah, how we doing for time?
We are at 22 minutes,
Perfect.
and
I
it's
think-
10:12.
I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Alrighty. Yeah, thanks for doing this,
Oh,
Jamie.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
This was fun. So if you ever need me as a repeat guest, I'm more than happy to do so.
Maybe
Alrighty.
we'll get more food.
Yeah. See, I might be a good luck charm. You had me on the
Yeah.
show, food
Oh, yeah.
arrives. So just keep that in mind.
If we hadn't had Jamie here, no one would have told us about the brownies. They only had one left for
Oh
Jamie.
my word!
They would have forgotten about us.
They
Yeah.
did forget about us.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I know. You guys had to split a brownie rather than
Yeah.
having your own. But hey, at least you got
Thank you,
one.
classroom. Alrighty. Well,
Have
we
a good
shall-
night, or
Or
day, or
day.
afternoon, evening, mid morning.
Maybe we're by the time you're listening to this, like we're at a point where like time just ceases to exist and you're in like space
Yeah.
where there is no day nighter.
And this is the
afternoon.
only thing to listen to, so you
Yeah. So
stuck with us.
you're like pulling your hair out like, why?
They won't stop talking.
What's
Oh.
going on?
Maybe we should get an outro.
An
We'll
outro?
work on that. Like
Yeah.
a
music one, like
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. Oh yeah, you guys totally should. Did the power just flicker?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
All right.
Okay,
So
power
we got-
goes out. Okay,
yeah.
so we're at the end of HETC. This is the only important part of the day. We go back to school, power goes out. Or the power's been out at school for a while at this point.
Mhm.
So we hopefully stay there for about 20 minutes.
and then just
and
go
then-
home.
Yeah,
That'd
that'd be
be nice.
perfect. I get to have lunch with my friends. And
Yo,
then
my
leave.
mom's
Fingers
home, so I
crossed.
can just have her come pick me up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. All right.
Although I don't want to miss classes, because then...
I don't care.
Oh, yeah. I don't care either, but I know they're going to announce a bio test.
Only
so.
reason I came here was because I needed to do like my English project. Like I didn't get it done.
Yeah.
So and I needed the
Yeah.
stuff to do it.
Well,
So
nice job using the skills you learn in this class for other classes. I like when you guys do cross curricular work like that. It's a win-win. And your
Oh, yeah.
project's gonna stand out better because you know Photoshop, and then the kids in your class do, and people are like, "Wow, how'd you do that?" And the teacher's gonna be like, "Wow, how'd you do that?" Instant 4.
Well, actually, I was gonna do something else, but I didn't want it to be too complicated because I gotta print it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted it to be fairly simple.
Right.
So I did like 2 pictures and some Comic Sans.
Cool. Comic
All
Sans.
right.
Nice
Yeah.
choice.
I did Comic Sans because I know everyone hates
Hashtag.
it.
Yeah. Hashtag sarcasm.
All right.
All right. I'm going to end the podcast now.
Good night. Peace.